You know what that means, or you should do by now. It is the final week of the season, and we have already crowned a Drivers' Champion last week, and I will get to the standings very shortly. It's close to being over for Constructors as well, but we will get there at this point. And Phantom in the Williams is one of the contenders for Constructors. Now, it's unfortunate last week that Mackett's got the load shedding issue, which unfortunately robbed the grandstand finish, and I'm confident he could have won at the race last week, which would have put all the pressure on Trav. But as it is, with that unfortunate disconnection, which is nobody's fault, the champion is this man here in the Renault for the second time in succession, back-to-back champion of SAF1 Esports. Such an incredible feat, and it's not been an easy season for him. He's been pushed all the way by Mackett, and earlier on with Conrad as well. What would have been if Conrad was able to maintain his issues with the game and just give it a few more times? And here comes the donuts for the reigning and defending, successfully defended champion. Oh, is that a wall he's hit there? Not quite, but yeah, made a mess of the donuts, mate. You should be doing better than that. Anyhow, let's have a look at his teammate, see if he can do a better lap time. And there you go, he will do. Quintin, a man whose season has been quite unlucky at times. He just hasn't had the results he may otherwise have deserved. But yeah, it's always good to see people at the season finale, even though everything's pretty much wrapped up. But I will go through the standings as I would usually do, with just over 12 minutes to go. So Trav leads the drivers with 434 points, cannot be caught, as we've established. Mackett is second with 380 points. Third is at the moment Nadeem with 314, followed by Phantom with 297, and then you have Quintin on 271, Matt is on 256, Zardy's got 247, Speed 19 on 229, Matt on 220, Ray on 190, Calvin 108, Eugene 69, Vino 66, Dukes 55, Hamrick 43, Josh 41, Brandon 32, Risky 21, again another driver who hasn't had all the luck that perhaps he deserved. Some of these guys have done quite well, considering when they first took the grid. It wasn't at the start of the season. I'd love to have seen what they could have done over the course of an entire season, but anyhow. Bean has 17, G-Man 12, and Zander with no points at the back, and other reserves. And so the constructors look like this. Williams have 702 points, Renault have 653, just ahead of Mercedes on 651, AlphaTauri on 497, Racing Point 434, Alfa Romeo 360, Red Bull 358, McLaren on 157, just ahead of Ferrari on 155, and Haas, they're making a late push to get off the bottom with 140. So could all, nothing's, I think the only positions that aren't likely to change are possibly Racing Point in 5th and AlphaTauri in 4th, but anyone else could finish below or above where they currently are. So that is what you want to see. No stewards to report from last week, so that's always a good bonus. But for some of these guys, it's probably their last competitive league race on this game. Luckily, the new game's coming in about a month, I think, at some point. And remains to be seen if Trav's good form can carry on onto that game, or if it's, I mean, I don't see why it wouldn't, but you know, new games are always different, aren't they? And Looking forward to finding out exactly who does what, but that is Quinten in 5th place there. Let's find someone who's on a lap. Mata could potentially be on a lap, so let's stay here. In a strange sort of way, I am going to miss the game, although it's been largely miserable at times due to the incompetence of some aspects of the game. But yeah, it's going to be I don't know if I finished my sentence then or not. I forgot to listen. Do apologise for that, but Mata goes across the line with a 34.0. That's pretty competitive. A little bit more into the 33s. So yeah, it's not too bad at all. With just about 8.5 minutes to go, Quinten's just found some time from somewhere and popped it into provisional pole position. Let's have a look at Speed Knighton, if I can get on board with him. No, let's not. He's invalidated and gone to the pit lane. So that's pretty much everything I need to cover for today. All the ramifications are out there, all of the points are out there, and I think we're just going to have a gentle stroll to the finish of the season, and what it could have been if, you know, Maggot could have played for 10 more minutes. It could have been a very, very different prospect today, but you have to, as I said last time, you have to give credit to Trav. He just did what he needed to do, and unfortunately for his competitors, they just weren't able to have the luck that they needed. Trav is out there on tyres now, so that's always a good sign. And that's an invalidation. I don't think he cares about that. I think he may just be going round to the end to do some celebratory donuts. It's a shame you can't see my donuts today, because they are top notch. The rounder got jammed and everything. Yep, that's it. Dukes to use his Xander there for some much needed tow, which in turn helps him go purple through sector 2. I'm not sure how true that is, with this being his first flying lap of the session. It could well be just his purple sector, but could be off, but we'll see. That's what the problem. That is one of the many problems with this game, is if you haven't done a time and you quick through there, it'll pretty much default you to purple, which is confusing and embarrassing when you think you're purple and you don't lose any time, and then you're about a second off the pace. It's like, how's that possible? So yeah, it's always tricky, but yeah, 34.1, not bad on the mediums. It's actually a decent time on the mediums, and I think that could set him up quite nicely for the race that we're about to have. Now, is it going to rain in the race? Because that changes everything. Now, I know what you're thinking. It's Abu Dhabi, it never rains. Well, I beg to differ. I have done a race and it rained non-stop. It's about a 1 in 1,000 chance, but maybe it's greater than that. I haven't done the maths, I haven't done the predictions, I haven't done the scientific what's the word? Whatever they are, I haven't done them. I just play the game. What do you want from me? Anyway, if it rains in the race, it's gonna get exciting out there, that's all I can tell you. It's a very, very different track in the rain. And yeah, but that's just That's a distant thought, because it's not likely to happen, but I'd be remiss if I didn't mention it, and then it does rain, so Xander just about holds on to the track limits there, which I've seen invalidate at similar intervals. But here we go, around the final corner, across the line. What's he got in there? Not much more. Didn't improve in the end. And that's Hamrick unintentionally doing a half donut. It wasn't a half donut, I could just smell them, they're so good. Whew. Take a deep breath as you come through there. All Quintin has to do is find a 10th and a half, and he should have pole position from his teammate. Of course, I have no idea what Trav is playing. I don't think he's going to start from the back, to be honest with you, after our chat last week, but he must be relieved that he's not in a fight today. Let's hope this race is a befitting end to the season, and for many people the game. But this is quite a polarizing track for some of the drivers. But we are still on board with Quintin. As you can see, he just went purple again through sector 2, and that could be the improvement that he needs to take back provisional pole position. We will see what he does as he comes into the final few corners. And that's Hamrick disqualified for blocking the pit lane. No idea if that was on exit or entrance, but here comes Quintin just across. There we go. I don't know at all. I think it may well have been a spin on pit exit, which is maybe he crashed in the tunnel. Don't know. It's a stupid place for a tunnel anyway. But anyway, Quintin improved to P2, and he's just 14 thousandths off of provisional pole. I don't know if he's going to go again. Looks like he is, but yeah, for a second I thought he might be backing off, but he's going to go for this. He's fueled up to do multiple laps, which is brave on these tyres, but I guess we'll stay on board with him as everyone just filters around. Everyone else is on an out lap at the moment, or in the pits, so Quintin is the only driver out there right now on a lap. So we will change the camera angle as he comes to this corner. Zardy's had enough. Oh, 99,000 through sector 2. That would be enough to put him on pole, but he's just got to hold it together through sector 3, which is notoriously tricky. It is very twisty and very technical, so these setups will be kind of confusing for some people. You don't know whether you want to chase the aero for the straights. Oh, excuse me, sorry about that. Don't know if to chase the aero for the straights or just stick to getting the corners. But here comes Quintin across the line for provisional pole. 33.368. Mackett is back out there on track, so we should get round again just to start a lap, but it's gonna be tight for some of these drivers. Matters actually on the lap, I missed that, so let's just follow his progress now and let's just see. Here we go, fitted. Knighton's done for the session. He's quite content to potentially start where he is, or maybe just outside if Xander, Matt and Dukester can improve. Don't know what Trav's going to do. Although that looked a little bit too deep there for Matt on the exit, and he's got away with that. No, he hasn't. He has invalidated. Let's just stick with him and see what he would have done if he stays out there. No. Oh, where's he gone now? What is going on here? And that's a crash. He's retired from the session. I don't know what's happened. That's an invalidation. as is that. It's like nobody wants pole position today. Quintin's done for the session, so the pressure's on the teammate. Let's see what Mackett has. Okay, maybe not. Trav wasn't going to start at the back after all. Maybe he forgot that that's what he said he'd do. Oh well, never mind. He's ruined it, frankly. 2 tenths quick on the medium tyre. I think people may have questions for you, sir. But here comes Mackett anyway. I think he's going to be the oh, he's invalidated. I think that's it, everybody. Yep, that is definitely it. And Trav, quite fittingly perhaps, is the pole sitter for the final race of the season. And as soon as Quintin retires, just have a quick check at his telemetry and make sure everything's okay for where he could have improved, I guess. But yeah, this one could be interesting. It's not a great run to it's not a long run to turn 1, so you should be okay off the line unless you're pretty stationary. You should get to turn 1 ahead, but there you have the provisional grid. Hamrick disqualified there at the back, and you have Trav 33.1 in pole, 2 tenths from Quintin, who's just about half a tenth off his teammate there, and then Eugene is in 4th. That's a good time for him. Zardi in 5th, Phantom 6th, Brandon 7th, Matt 8th. Dukes and Knighton round out the top 10, but then Matty even, sorry Matta, you are 8th, not 11th. Xander, Don and Hamrick will have fresh tyres for the start, but Dukester, as you see there, got in to the top 10 on the medium, so he could have a slight advantage, as should Trav at the start of this race. But yeah, it's been quite an exciting season for me in the box in my first season here in this league. It's given me some memorable moments, some brilliant highs, and unfortunately some horrible lows, which were nobody's fault but the nature of the load shedding. It just deflated me so much last week, so I should apologise for that, but you never want to see a title ended that way. But yeah, anyway, it's going to be interesting to see what those outside the top 10 do. Are they going to stick with the softs to try and get an advantage at the start, or are they going to play the long game? I'm interested to find out, and in about 10 seconds I will. so good to find out, and I have no idea who's going to win this race. I don't know if I want to venture a guess, frankly, but we will shortly find them. If I do that, tyres, okay, so it's as you were in qualifying. 1st and 10th got through on mediums, everyone else on the softs, and outside the top 10 you have 3 medium runners, and Hamrick in 14th is running the softs. So that could be the aggressive strategy he might need to get ahead, but the other 3 are clearly playing the waiting game and the more traditional strategy. 28 laps around this track, which is going to get progressively more, I guess, more pretty in its surroundings as the race goes on. Especially a look out for as you go underneath the hotel. Very pretty lights under there. But it's one of those twilight races which is going to make the car behave quite differently to how you may expect from one lap to another. But yeah, that's what it is. It's a track, and characteristics can change according to weather and temperature, and I guess nothing more so than going from light to dark, or early evening to night time, or whatever you want to call it. Trav just trying to load up the mediums a little bit more aggressively than he might otherwise do, just to get him a little bit more in the window than the softs would need to be. But the 14th and the last car is not too far behind, so there shouldn't be too much of an issue for anyone on the grid in terms of temperatures plummeting, and they're going on to cold tyres. So let's just take a bird's eye look. Oh, that's a very nice view, helicopter view, as they go underneath the hotel. There, you won't be able to see them, but there you go. That is what happens sometimes. I hope camera angles are fixed for the next game, because I kind of want more than two, you know. But anyway, Trav is driving into his, I need to say, pit box, into his grid slot. Oh wow, it's been a long season. I could do with the break. Can't even say simple words. Why on earth am I still hired? Anyway, Hamrick comes to the back, just pretty much on the start line, which is quite an unusual fixture that Trav has started past the start finish line. So anyway, lights, here we go, and go. Run down to turn one is not long, as I said, so let's hope that he can get a little bit less wheel spin. Quintin's going to go for it on the softs. I think he just got a little bit more grip from the start. Mackett behind now. Eugene trying to move on Zardi into turn two. There's a yellow flag and a virtual safety car already. I don't know what has happened there. Don is at the back. There's collisions going on everywhere. People clearly can't react to that. Not really sure what's happened. I can't. Has Knighton been involved in something? Yes, he has. He's either hit someone or someone's hit him. Looks like Xander may have had a little bit of damage as well. Or is that just the front wing? I can't tell. Could just be the start of the wing, which is annoying. Yeah, no, it's just the wing. I thought it was broken, but it's not. So that's obviously a front wing right on the racing line. And as you run up to turn one or two, but Trav is back in the lead again. Didn't see what happened. I was too busy trying to find out why there was a virtual safety car. But Hamrick's and back to green flag racing. Let's go again. Quintin is on the chase. Trav is just trying to do his own thing and just do what he's doing all season, which is what's led him to a second consecutive championship here. Although so many incidents are going on, there's more yellow flags, whatever a flag is. DRS is enabled apparently. We are on lap 3, are we? Yeah, okay. Oh, there's Speed Knighton's got a puncture there. That's what the problem is. That is going to be notoriously difficult to get back, but he's doing okay. And he's made it back, I think. Has he got the turning for the pit lane? Just about. He had to go full lock as if he was doing the Monaco hairpin, but he got round. And he's in the pit lane, and unfortunately, that is going to make him go 3 miles an hour, which... And you just saw some of the tyre go flying off as he's not even moving down the pit lane. That is unfortunate. There are other cars in the pit lane, so that's been a massive accident by the look of it. 3 cars just pitting there, and Speed Knighton is eventually gonna, excuse the pun, get back up to speed as he comes out on the medium tyres. You see Hamrick also pitted there. He's gone for the hard, so he could be going to the end, which could benefit him later on if there is a later safety car, or you know, any form of safety car. He would have track position then, presumably, as everyone else would come in. But Speed Knighton is back away into this race and make sure he can navigate the pit lane tunnel. Best idea I've ever seen, apart from someone saying let's race at Vietnam. That's also a great idea. Design a track. No, We need to track design. Let's just go there and figure it out. Absolute joke. Anyway, fastest lap time to tumbling in the race. Mackett now holds it after briefly. Are we on lap 3 again, are we? Yes, we are. I thought something didn't quite seem right there. Anyway, we are now on lap 3. DRS is definitely enabled now. But who's going to be the first to be able to use it? It looks like it's going to be Mackett on his teammate, who's not quite close enough to Trav to get it back. But Matters down in 12th. Is he having an issue? No, I think he's had a little bit of a moment, but the 3 back markers now have a little bit of well, sorry, 11, 12 and 13 that was, that could have some fun together in a bit. The 3 that pitted there ahead of Speed Knighton, but Quintin is overtaken by his teammate there with the use of DRS down into the braking zone, so that is a move, and Zardy's all over the back of Quintin now, and can he get back past his teammate? Talking to Mercedes, isn't Valtteri Bottas a fraud? How about give Hulkenberg the seat to the end of the season and then get George Russell in if they can't afford him now, and show what he can do in a car that's supposed to be the best on the grid, as they keep saying. I know it's more about the car, it's not just about the car, it's about the driver too, and I think Hulkenberg could steer that thing to now a lot more points than Bottas has been getting lately. But I think it's clear to everyone that Bottas is going to be in the bin for next season, and Russell's going to be in a good car, and he's going to score a ton of points, and it's going to be a fascinating championship battle between the McLarens. Verstappen again will be up there, I think, and the guy I just mentioned, George Russell, that's the fella. Forgot his name for a minute, sorry lad, didn't mean anything by it, but I'm just rambling because there's not much to commentate on at the moment. There's no real battles. I mean, there is this one here between the teammates, but it's not really progressing at the moment. Zardy's fallen back a little bit from Quintin. He was right behind him, but he's just fallen by a few tenths, so I think those Mercedes cars are a little bit more wide up to the twisty bit of the track. That's why they seem to have increased their lead through Sector 2, but when you get back to Sector 3 again, and then down into Sector 1 at least, the Racing Point can come back at them. That's where you need less sort of technical, and just squirt the throttle, point and squirt, and keep going forwards. So it's about 8 tenths at the line. I'm going to see what it is next time around, if I remember. But yeah, there's nothing else going on at the moment, so we may as well stay here. Let's just see if oh dear, Speed Knighton's having a nightmare. I don't know where he's done that. Let's find out. Nope, don't know, no idea. No, well, he's out of the race. Full course safety car. This could change everything. Of course, that is Hamrick just going past the pit lane. Could have pitted again, but of course he's on the hard, so he doesn't see the need to. Phantom already gone past. Will the matter pit? I think he might, you know. I think he might just... I mean, he's just pitted to put the fresh mediums on, but if he wants to, the opportunity is there for him, and he's going to take that, so presumably he's going on hards to the end there, and just retire in the pit lane. That's cool too. It's been a pleasure commentating on you this season. Hopefully if you're back next season, I'll see you on track again, and hope you have a better season, but not a great race for either of the the drivers there. And they're both AlphaTauris, aren't they? Now, Trav is in. Yeah, all the leaders are in. I'm interested to see what Trav does because he's already on the medium, so the only option to him is to stop from here. Because he'll have to pit again. There's no way softs can go 23 laps, so he will be pitting again. And of course that is the... It means Deucer leads this race. And there's a safety car just there. And... yeah, it's... Travis out there on softs. Great for him, but... you'd say Mackett and Quinton have the advantage now. I'll be very, very surprised if Trav doesn't have to stop again. Or he's going to be clever and maybe put the hards on under this safety car window as well, and then he doesn't have to pit again. Whereas the mediums may struggle to get to the end, so that could be good thinking there. If he does that, great, but I don't know if he's at that place. I think he's just trying to just have some fun on the track, I think. I don't know. Done down in P11, just pitted for the soft, so... but unless I'm very much mistaken, and I very often am, he'll have to pit again as well. Zardy shouldn't have to. Anyone on hards now shouldn't have to either. But... I don't know, it just feels unfortunate for some of these drivers that have had an incident on lap 1. It's impacted and they just couldn't stop having incidents, and unfortunately we lost 2 drivers from this race. I'm still not sure why. I mean, I know why Matt retired. I saw him do it in the pit lane manually, but I don't know what happened to Speed Knighton. He had a puncture very early on, and maybe he just wanted to go play something that I don't know, that just wasn't a league race, which wouldn't give him anything at the end of it. Because I don't think he could drop or gain a position in the drivers, and his team's pretty much set where it is, so... yeah, and Trav didn't pit there, like I thought he might do at one point. But it could have been a sneaky move, but... let's just go on board with Dukester as we see him enjoying life out there at the front for the first time in quite a while, if ever. I don't remember seeing him at the front before. But this is a legit lead right now. Let's actually try and find out who's got the fastest lap. Remember, fastest lap for anyone inside the top 10 in this league, and points for finishing in the top 15. Which these days are pretty much guaranteed, unfortunately. But it's always good to see grids where they're 18 or more, but... yeah, okay. Let's just watch this and see... yeah, overtake the safety car, that's a great idea. Make the safety car know he's going too slowly. Make him speed up. But no, I think in a moment we will see those lights come off. The good thing about this track is you have plenty of notice and plenty of time to back off. Are they still on? No, they're not. Safety car in this lap, there you go. See, 50% of what I say is usually correct. But the other 50%, I don't remember what that is. So, anyway. We're going to have Dukester just warming his tyres up and going when he feels like he wants to, which could be a while, given the... you see, I'm always complaining about the safety car sort of bailing. It's supposed to be into Sector 2, but sometimes it's as it's going past the pit lane, it decides to come in, and that's hardly fair either. But I don't know, there's hopefully they've been working on the safety car physics and mechanics and the intelligence of the in-game safety car driver. Let's see what we have in the future games. Well, what am I talking about? That makes no sense. That's perfectly good England, that. Dukes is going to go now. Left everyone else in the dust. No one was expecting that. He comes around the final corner and start. Oh, a little bit of rear end slip there, but managed to catch it, and we are back green. So you may now overtake anyone you are near after you've gone past the start finish line, but it's not going to be easy. It's such a short turn one, such a short run into turn one, I should say. Quintin's made a bit of a mistake, and Brandon is now past, and Zardi is going to try and get past him like he was trying to earlier in the race before everyone came in for the new tyres, apart from the front three, but they don't need to at the moment. They're content that they can go mediums to soft at the end, and the safety car is only going to help that. And let's see if Eugene can do anything. Yellow flag again. I don't know what that's for. Oh, yes I do. Hamrick's having a disaster back there, and that's not going to help his tyres. Well, that's... I mean, there's one place to do donuts. I'm not really sure if he's meant to do that, but... yeah, you go. Hey, you broomed your tyres, lad. Good job. Oh, Quintin. No, I can't read. Xander, sorry. Apologies to Quintin there. Oh, wait, there was two. What is going on? Yellow flag in sector 3. What has happened? Why is it? Who's had an accident now? Oh dear, you leave them alone for 2 seconds to check out what's going on, and they have an incident up the front. What are you doing? It's like you can't be trusted to play by yourselves. Quintin's in. I think he may have been the cause of the yellow flag there. But behind him, Xander's disqualified for blocking the pit lane. I'm not sure that's fair. What's going on? Matt's out of the race as well. What the... What is going on? Oh boy, it's a full course safety car again. I just want to go to bed now. That didn't last long, did it? Oh dear, dear, dear. Well, looks like Trav's going to win uncontested this week. This safety car definitely helps him do that, but it's definitely got the end of season vibe to this one, doesn't it? I mean, in a minute, I'm going to be in contention for points. I don't know, just... Let's just watch this battle behind the safety car, just because I don't know why. I really don't have a clue, to be honest. Oh, there's my pen. I'll need that for no other reason than just so I know where it is. Red Bull Don there in the background, just pits behind Fanta, who stays out. He's in a good position now, up to P6. What is going on tonight? This week seems to be like the game can't be bothered. But then... oh, dear me. Just realised my headset wasn't connected, so amazing camera angles as always from Coldmasters there. Looking at the rear tyre, I don't really think that's relevant, but it looks like we're going to get another lap behind the safety car. We don't need one, but everyone's caught up now. Unless he goes in now, which is extremely late notice. I once did a race where it said safety car in its lap, but it carried on again, so I don't know what we're supposed to do there. Yeah, Dukes has had enough of this safety car, I don't blame him. I'm bored of it as well. Quintin pits again, might as well. Is he going to fit mediums or hards to go to the end? He's got options to do that. He's going to go for the mediums, which I think is probably the right call. I think mediums should get to the end from anywhere after lap 10, 11. Because that's, yeah, he can probably do about 20. So yeah, you can definitely get to the end from there. 17 laps to go. Ish. I can't count, but that's a number, isn't it? No. I thought he was gonna just go alongside the safety car and wave at it to go quicker. Be great if he could do that in game, just push the safety car along so it goes quicker, or just make it go quicker by waving at it or something. Heck, if this was Robot Wars, I'd be behind it and I'd flip it. Flip the safety car over, yeah, that's what you need to do, that'll be fun. Anyway, enough of that, let's get back to this race very shortly when the safety car decides that it's coming in. Where we go, perfectly timed. I guess he took the messages from Dukes personally, and the safety car decided, oh, I don't want any more of this. But drive quicker. Buffoon. Yeah, I'm in a I'm in a bad mood with the safety car tonight, apparently. Apologies for that, but we'll get raced again very shortly. So we had a virtual on lap 1, right? Then haven't we had 2 full course safeties? So we have 2 left, yeah? Or have I missed one? Anyway, we've got at least 1 safety car window left, whether that's virtual or full. Dukes is going to go early again like he did last time, and Trav was expecting it because he knew what he did the last time. So he didn't get away quite as well as he wanted to, but we are going to sit on board with Trav as they go across the line, and green flag racing again, but there looks like to be some movement possibly into turn 1 in the background, but no, it looks as though everyone is where they were. And that is another lap in the lead for Dukester, who must be loving this right now. In a couple of laps time, this train will just start to dwindle down to nothing again. Especially with only 9 runners left now. We've had a bit of a nightmare today. I still think Xander's disqualification is ridiculous. I don't know what he's supposed to do coming in behind another car that's going slowly. But anyway, let's take a look at Don Rabago's lost the position to Eugene there. And let's Quintin through as well. I think he thought better of it. He knows that Quintin's quicker now. But that's because he's getting his tyres up, and Quintin's are fresher and softer too, so he's playing the smart game there, is Don. That's a good move there. Oh, and that, well, Brandon, he's absolutely sent it, and he's got through there. What a fantastic move that is. Didn't look on, and then all of a sudden he's just like, yep, it's on. Fair enough for that, and Trav down to 4th now. Mack is up into P2nd, didn't see that coming either. All of a sudden, everyone is changing positions, even though I thought that wasn't going to be on. But the longer it stays like this, and that is Trav, who's retired into the wall. Luckily, he didn't need to score any points today. Well, he said he was going to do donuts. I don't think he quite meant like that, but anyway, down to 8, and that's another safety car. And I think it's time we just give up. No more safety cars, please. No, actually, safety cars bringing everyone together again. It's unfortunate for Trav that, but I guess it can always happen when... I mean, potentially he's not as focused as he has been, but there's 8 runners left, and I don't know why I'm still here. I don't know what you want to see now. Championship leaders out. Constructors is probably over now. Let me just have a quick refresh of the constructors and see who needed to do what to do where. I don't know what that means either. I'm having a nightmare tonight. I heard about as big a nightmare as a safety car is. Get you to just remember to pay attention to your deltas, boys. Right, standings. Where are we at? Standings, right, that's what I'm looking for. Deuster's onto the softs now, so he's going to attempt to go to the end, which means Mackett is now the lead, I nearly said the race leader there, but he's the race leader. What is going on? I think the commentator's malfunctioned. I think you need a safety commentator for a bit while this one fixes itself. Standings. Okay, so yeah, Renault needed to outscore Mercedes. No, they didn't. Yes, they did. What am I talking about? I think Williams have just confirmed they are Constructors' Champions. With Renault not scoring any points, all Mercedes have to do is stay where they are, and they are going to take 2nd place. So that's a disaster for Renault. Both of the Renaults are out in the early going. Yes, they are. And that's Williams as the Constructors' Champions, I do believe. So, congratulations to them. Safety car is in this lap. Congratulations to the safety car for remembering it doesn't have to be up there anymore. And we don't want to see any more of these safety cars, boys. Let's keep it clean for the last 14 laps. Which reminds me, we're at 50% race distance, which means there's 50% of this race still to go, although if you're being picky about it, a little bit less than 50. And there we go. A little bit late, sorry, I just zoned out for a second, and Mackett leads the field back through turns 1, 2. The safety car restart, Brandon is going with him, so that's nice to see a Haas and a Racing Point in a podium position. Yeah, that's it. There should be no more now. I don't even know what that's for. I give up. I don't have a clue anymore. Let's just stick on board with the 8th place man. Just listen to the nice engine sounds as they shift down for corners, but let's get back to the front where the real battle is now happening. I've had enough of the safety cars. Luckily I don't think we can have any more. I think that's maxed them out. So yeah, I still don't know what the last two were for in all honesty, but maybe we just had to see them one more time. Let's see if Brandon can get past Mackett though. Anyone? Dukes is probably going to the end. Yeah, I said that. I'm just checking. DRS is re-enabled again after 2 complete laps after a safety car period, although that was a virtual. I don't know. No. Yeah, that's right. They had a full, because it would have been anyway. Then they had a virtual slightly after that as well. So I don't know. Oh, now sat on my controller. That's really great, isn't it? I'm having a nightmare today. I don't know what is going on. But at least I haven't triggered a safety car. Eugene is defending from the car behind him. For some reason it looked like they were both in the same car, but I knew that couldn't be right, so I had to double check. He's in the Williams, but Dukes is trying to get back past Zardi. A little bit of a fight on our hands here, and lap 17 coming on to lap 18 of 28. Phantom is in the pits, but if he's named after a ghost, how can we know that's true? Dukes is fighting side by side with Zardi in it. Zardi on the hard tyres is going to have to lose out here. I think, yeah, just a little bit more grunt and grip from Dukes there on the soft tyres, but Zardi's still in a good position to try and come back to him later on in this race as the softs die off a little bit more. Dukes is now all over the back of Eugene as well. On these soft tyres, they are coming to life and quickly, so Eugene's going to be vulnerable coming into turn 1, I think. It's going to be the next possibility for Dukes, unless Eugene makes a mistake there, which looks like he nearly did. It was a little bit deep, but got away with that one. And Dukes is just a matter of time before he's going to be in a podium position. Just be patient, Sunshine. Don't try anything stupid into the final corner. Just, there you go. I would say do it into turn 1, but he had to lift off, and he's not close enough to do it now. But he's in the podium position anyway. He's a second place man. I don't know what is going on. I can't keep up with it. There's only 8 cars, and I'm exhausted. Is Brandon under... no, Brandon's not under any pressure from the leader. No, Brandon is... oh dear me. Boy. Oh wow. Anyway, let's get back to some sort of action and see if I can make sense of my words. Eugene has DRS, and that's a late move there to try and make him knock over it, but there's a little bit of contact, but I think he's through. I think that's okay. But that was a little bit untidy from, I guess, both of them, but you can't move that late, to be fair, but no harm done on this occasion. Now let's go back, and Don is P6 now. He's pressurising Quintin, and I think it's shaped up to be one of those days, hasn't it? Oh, purple sector 3 there for Market, so that's a good sign. Let's see if we can make it purple 1 and 2. Well, Phantom has put any pace out with 36.1 there. Phantom is on fresh medium, so I'm pretty sure Market should be able to respond. So let's just stay on board with him. It wasn't a purple sector 1, but still on course to do it, I think. Come back to him and we'll see his progress later, but there's a battle going on here. Dukes and Eugene are locked in a battle for the second step of the podium. It looks like Dukes is going to have the advantage, but Eugene will not give up that easily. Contact, a little bit of end plate goes flying, and that's, oh dear, what on earth just happened there? I don't have any idea what happened. I think it might be a rear puncture there for Eugene, I think. Just getting a little bit sloppy now, boys. I know it's the end of turn, but still, take it easy. Let's see if Magic can finish off this fastest lap attempt. As he comes around the final quarter, it's like a new quali lap, but let's see what he's got in him. Yes, he does. 35.8, and it wasn't even close. There you go. Eugene made it into the pit. It wasn't a repunch. It looked like it could have been as he speared off the road. But Dukes is in second, but he's got damage, so a little bit of damage to the left end plate there, so that's going to affect handling a little bit. But it's just been one of those days where it's just frustrating more than anything, because I think 2 of them safety cars were for nothing. And yet when we really need one for that, well, we don't get one because they've been wasted on someone sneezing on the wrong pixel of the screen, I don't know. But yeah, unfortunately that happens. Quintin and Zardi there for the final spot on the podium at the moment. Hards versus mediums. Mercedes versus Mercedes engine. One could argue that Quintin is in the black racing point. There. Dukes is in the pits again. I think the damage was just too much for him to deal with, so had to pit. And that was possibly the right call. Now he's going to put the softs on, which I think he's done. And he's possibly going to go for fastest lap towards the end, but here comes Quintin. And that's how you should defend. Just pick your line nice and early, and Zardi, although it's just been overtaken, has a perfect opportunity to come right back at him, and that's a better exit from the corner through Zardi there. Let's just go on board with him, and there you go. He's got the DRS back, such as the way that they are activated, and into the braking zone. Can he get it done? No, he can't, but that is what you want to see. Clean battling side by side, and a chance of an instant reply. That is what you want to see. But Don is in P4. That's a brilliant result for him, if he can stay there. Brandon's coming around the final corner now, and we'll start the next lap, which means there are 6 laps to go of this race. And I still have no idea who's going to finish where. Well, Mackett and Robico there are having an awesome battle there in the background as well. It should be Mackett though. He's on the soft tyre. He's going to get the DRS pass. And there you go, overtaking on DRS, but Don's not going anywhere. It's not a done deal at this stage, but I think it is now. Mackett has way more speed there with the grip and gets through and forth, and will have the DRS again, I think, to attack Zardi. Yes, he does. But can Zardi defend? Is not quite sure about where to go, but I think Mackett's going to force a way through. There you go, into 3rd place. And that could be the finishing order, although if he gets closer to his teammate, he could jump him on penalties, which I will try and have a look at now. That's the wrong one. I've done it again. 3 seconds for all 3 of those. That's perfectly fine. There's not many places you can get them around here, to be honest, but yeah, there's definite daylight between Mackett and Zardi now. It's definitely going to be between the 2 Mercedes drivers as to which finishes higher on track, and it could well decide that they're happy with where they're at. Mackett knows he's got 2nd place anyway. You just gotta use team radio and say, hey, don't try anything stupid. We've got this 2-3 here. But Brandon is out in the lead in the Haas, which is brilliant to see. When are we going to see this Mick Schumacher leading a race in a Haas in real life? Actually, probably never, because it's probably not going to be a Haas next season if rumours are to be believed. Anyway, that's for then, and to be to be spoken about by people that are more qualified than I am. I'm just here to attempt to call this thing that that's going on in front of me, and look at the pretty sky. Look at the pretty hotel. The pretty lights. Anyway, let's get back to the race for the final time after that brief interlude and distraction. I think it's going to be close, but Quintin now has the pit lane to go through. I don't know what he's doing. It's all changed again. Mackett on the softs is pretty much solid for second place now. I don't know what is going on. Did Quintin need a front wing? No, he just fancied new tyres. Okay, that's an interesting one, that. If you're going to pit at this stage, I would have bet money on it being for soft tyres, but I mean, you know, it's frustrating that this didn't have all the title contenders in here. It's frustrating it wasn't for a title race, but through nobody's fault. It's just the way that it worked, I guess. Still feel really gutted for Mackett, because on this performance today he could well have taken the championship overall, but unfortunately he just wasn't to be, and I think he'll go again next season and he'll bounce back stronger, and hopefully this doesn't happen again. But he'll be gutted to miss out on a title like that anyway, but never mind. Wow, look at this podium. You have Brandon, Mackett and Don all in a podium position, and at the moment no on-track penalties can affect that. The only thing that can is Zardi's hard tyres, but they are 19 laps old. They are older than Don's as well, so he's on the medium, so it's interesting actually. We'll come back to that one. Actually, there's nothing else going on, so we might as well stay here, change the camera angle and just admire the cars as they go through the last few laps. About 2.5 laps to go in this one. 2.5 laps left of the season 2. And yeah, that is a slight oversteer moment there from Don as he tried to put the power down, but that is going to give Zardi the opportunity with the DRS, but Don has not given up yet, and who can blame him? Side by side, and they don't touch, that's fine. But Don there just protects his position for another lap. Brandon is just coming into the final few corners now, being hounded by Mackett on the soft tyres. It looks as though Mackett has pulled the master stroke here. He's got a couple of laps left, and I'm sure he's going to be more than fine with that, but I'm not going to say too much. And Don is being hounded by Zardi still, but he's still ahead. And Deuster has a 3 second there, so 6th, 7th and 8th all have 3 seconds, so it doesn't matter what happens between them three now, unless Deuster has multiple, which he does now, so that could change everything. But you see, Don has just been overtaken there by Zardi. I don't know if that was planned or just an opportunity that Zardi took advantage of, or anything, but that's a good move on the surface. But I don't know. It's going to be really hard to know what to ask people in the podium, to be honest. It's not been a great race through no fault of anyone's. It's just the safety cars ruined it. Pointless safety cars ruined it, and lack of numbers was a little bit disappointing, but it's understandable. last race possibly of the game for them, and load shedding's still a thing, so wonder how many shares in ramsolar.co.za are gonna sort of increase over the off season. So check out that website for some awesome people that do amazing things with renewable energy, which is incredible to know how you can do that. But check them out after this race, and Ram Solar Renewable Energy. There you go. And here comes Dukes on the final lap of the race. Can he overtake these three cars ahead of him? He's quick enough to do that. He's got DRS now, but unfortunately for him, Vantom's also going to have DRS. There was an outside chance of a podium for Dukes, and I think it's still an outside chance, but it's a very slim one. He just can't get near the cars in front now with having DRS, but that could do a lot for him. Now Rubico's going to have the DRS over Phantom, but that's a slow exit there. So Dukes is going to nab the position and open the DRS, and that is up to P5. But is Zardi going to stay ahead? Is Makic going to win this race? It looks like he is, unless he loses his head completely in the final sector. I don't think he will. It's not his first time winning a race or stepping on the podium this season. So we will just check these. Quentin, that's not going to help, buddy, but never mind. Makic crosses the line and wins the season finale here in Abu Dhabi. Brandon should be second as he crosses the line now. That's an excellent result for him. And that might move Haas off the bottom of the standings as well. And Zardi's finished in third place, and that battle ended there. And you have Eugene and Quintin at the back now, and Eugene's doing donuts. No, he's not. Quintin's doing donuts, I should say. But fair enough. Where's he gone? Oh, going for some donuts. I wish you'd hurry up. Mine are waiting, I can smell them. Yeah, that's it. Don't keep an angry bald man from his donuts. There you go, donut across the line. 10 points for style, but well, it wasn't the ending to the season I thought it might be. As we were in the lobby, I was genuinely excited for this race, but never mind. It's a race that's finished. The season is now over, and I'm not really sure what these will do in the off season. Don't know how many people will be back next season, but I hope to see them all on the grid at some point. That'll be good, and I hope to continue to call the action for you next season, but I don't know what's happening on that regard yet, but it should be good either way. But let's round off the finishers. It won't take long, there's only 8 of them: Makic, Brandon, Zardi, Phantom, Don, Dukester, Eugene and Quentin. And then our non-finishers were Trav, Matt, Hamrick, Xander, Matt, Speed Knighton, and also one of them in there got disqualified, so he's not even shown up. I think it was Hamrick or Xander for blocking the pit exit, which was ridiculous. I don't know what he's supposed to do. It'll be in incidents, won't it? Terminal damage. Okay, so I don't know what happened there, but that happened. Blocking the pit lane was ridiculously harsh. Yeah, that happened, and there's the fireworks in the background. Now let's just see if anyone's going to come and chat to the press on the final day of the season. It's been a great season, largely. Some disappointing moments, but you can't help that. Sometimes things happen and emotions get the best of some people, but we're all human at the end of the day, and yeah, I have no idea what's going on. I can have a look. Ah, there we go. There's some movement. Ah, well. Hello. Oh, well, I mean, appreciate it. We would have mailed it over, but now you saved us the price of a stamp. Okay, well, tend to leave them to last, but let's go. Hello, race winner. It's a shame that it wasn't for the championship, which it definitely could have been on another day, but last week just it broke me, if I'm honest, and I'm sure it broke you too with the load shedding, but you bounced back with a great performance, so walk us through it, and the floor's yours to say what you want. Well, I'm glad that you didn't have any problems, but I don't know what the safety cars were doing, to be honest. Two of them were needless in my opinion. I didn't see everything, but I didn't see anyone off the road or anything, so I think he just wanted attention, personally. But at this point I'd usually ask if you're confident for next week, but there is no next week, so I guess what you're going to do in the off season. Well, that's a great goal to have, and I wish you all the luck in achieving that, and I hope you can go one step better next season in the championship. The winner of the wooden spoon. What size? Well, what were you doing? Why did you pit again? Yeah. It's no problem at all. Thanks very much for those words. It's awesome and appreciate it. And yeah, we'll talk in the off season. But it's been a pleasure. Honestly, it's some great racing most weeks, and unfortunately, with the state of the game, sometimes it's just not possible. But yeah, I think that's why tonight was a little bit lackluster, because the game was just given up, frankly. But Yeah, I mean, you can understand some of them, but again, like I say, like, some reasons are just like, just suck it up a little bit. But I'm not racing out there for a title, so I guess it's easy for me to say, but it's no problem. Again, it's been amazing to call the action, and I think on that note I should probably end the stream for this season, but I'm sure at some point we'll be back in the future to welcome in season 3. So until then, everybody, it's been a great season, and we'll see you soon. Good night, and don't forget to check out Ram Solar Renewable Energy. Thank you.